Much better. Hello, everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. What's up? Happy Friday. Welcome back. Let's see. We're gonna need layers. It's chilly this morning. How is everybody doing? Hello, everyone. Onyx Ghoster, Wolf Cloud, Zenidra. Hi. Happy Friday. I'm here. I'm so sorry. I am a few minutes late. Holy moly. Getting away from me this morning. We are getting our ears in. Getting our game booted up, see what's going on. I wanted to check to see where the, I forget how long, and I guess I'll find out when I log in. I was going to say, I forget how long the void assaults in a given zone actually last before they switch to the other zone. And I was pulling up, like, the Wowhead front page, and then today in WoW, just because I figured that would be, like, a front and center thing. And if it is, I didn't see it. It might be. Perhaps my eyes just skimmed right over. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Coffee delivery. But we can log in and find out. That's an easy one. Today feels like Friday. Happy Friday. I think they change weekly. Oh, okay. So I'll have to wait then until, I guess, next Wednesday would make sense. Hi, Kira. How are you? I know it's been a lot of running around, getting everything together this morning. How are you? Kira's thinking about if she wants to come up. Nice pets from Miss Kira. Yeah, so yeah, they are in Eversong. So there's nothing more I can do for Void Response Team. However, one of the things that I was reflecting on yesterday while I was working on the Void Assaults was feeling rather broke on Marl. I've been collecting field accolades, and I have been getting rep with various rep sources, and I just feel like I don't have any Marl to actually spend on anything. I was thinking about the decor that you get from, I think it's Ritual Sites Unlocked. Ritual Site Renown unlocks it. I'll go take a look. And I'm pretty sure all of that is for Marl. And I would like at least one copy of each of them, but like, I'm in pretty dire Marl straits. Let me see. Yeah, this stuff. Yeah, I haven't got any of this yet, and I can, and I will, but, like, we could use some restocking. Hang on, must pet, Miss Kira. I was searching around online for kind of, like, what people like for Marl grinding, and it seems that the fastest way, at least until you kind of hit your cutoff, is to just do the Marl world quests on as many characters as you reasonably can. Special assignments are good as well, weekly's good as well. But basically 150 and then change Marl per world quest is about as quick as it's going to get. A lot of other things will give you kind of 1 to 200, but the 200 is more for like a weekly sort of thing. Tuesday, unless you're planning to move to our service. Yeah, but I'm not logging on Tuesday. Wednesday's my stream day. Tuesday doesn't count. We're not here on Tuesday. Tuesday, sometimes I log in at a vault and then I log back off again. Well, let's get one of each of these. There's a floating desk and a scribe's desk. Some runic parchment and a void flame candle and a void inkwell. I haven't played dress up in the house in a while. That might be fun. Ritual sites with capped crests is around 400 Marl a run. Each Paragon box from that rep is 1500 Marl. Oh no. That's terrible news. That's much better than what I was going to do, but I don't like ritual sites very much. Let's start with this. Maybe have some coffee. Actually, let's start with the core duel, and then we can really have some coffee. And I'll ponder this and see if my spite will allow me to try that. We're on... it doesn't matter which character we're on for decor duels. I'm a bit sad that I finished everything I wanted out of Abyss Anglers. I was having so much fun with that. Let's see. We're gonna pop ourselves over here, pick up our daily quest. This is at least something I feel like I'm making meaningful progress on, and I might actually finish at some point. We'll get in queue for that. Yeah, my ritual site rep I think is only 4. I'm only halfway through that renowned track because they hate me. We're just not doing real hot with those. They're not real fun. Must give love to Kira. Yeah, you get Marl from Nightmare Hunts as well. That's true. I did that on I mean, you get Marl from almost everything. I did that earlier because we were doing the Nightmare achievement. We're spending a little extra time with Miss Kira whenever possible. She's doing okay, but she's not doing real good, and it might be time to kind of call it. Not like today, but sometime in the nearer rather than farther future. So Miss Kira gets whatever she wants. Oh, I'm waiting. We're gonna prepare to seek. Give me this one. My alarm didn't go off, and partner kind of nudges me awake and says good morning, and I like kind of squint, and I thought that it was still 6 in the morning, which is not alarm time. I didn't know it was 8. I like looked at the alarm and I just thought it said 6, and I'm like, what? Why have you awoken me too soon, Executus? It was not too soon. It was the correct time, and I do appreciate it, because otherwise I would have been extra late. Let's go look for people here. Always gotta check upstairs. It's just a popular spot. People really like the alcoves, like we're not gonna check there. Somebody must not, I guess. Do this side, that side, and then I think I'm gonna check all the planters where I like to hide. See if anyone's picked that one up. Sparkly. I guess the book is just sparkly. I think I need more Marl before I finish my Heron Deer rep is like an important one. Because there's a really nice mount. Is it you? Yeah, haha, I've got you. Although, somebody being onto my spot may mean that when they're seeking, they check all my favorite spots. Greetings. Oh, hello. Hidden a planter last night was found immediately. Someone in the group must have also been watching your streams. I think people are, to some degree, catching on to it, because I've seen more people hiding there, and I've seen more people, checking. Well, I've been checking there anyway. I think I didn't come up with it. I saw somebody else do it. That is an emergent strat. I just like it because it's lazy. It's lazy and it's like not stressful. You know, you park yourself there, you've got a half decent chance of lasting a while. They either find you or they don't. You're not really like trying to out checkers somebody. Hi Day, how you doing? How are things? Make sure we have preferred trap. Maybe run a nice little lap. Gotta set your decoys. And then change to a different item. Day's okay, slept poorly, but feeling good after a morning workout. Nice. Took the day off, which helps. Oh, that's awesome. Long weekend, huh? Are you doing like extra long weekend because of... Here's a dumb question. Do you guys have a long weekend right this weekend? What do you mean standing still attracts pests? The game just started. These people have to run by me first. We do. 4 days, man. See you later, Miss Kira. That's not your corner. Yeah, your bulls are out that way. Not a dumb question. I vaguely remember my calendar telling me that the holiday was Victoria Day. And I understand that, I understand that, that's a city in my province, so what if you know, what if you guys celebrate Quebec City Day? It's not good logic. Called something else because of course it is. What is it called in Quebec? Getting my hair done later too? Oh, nice. You doing a cut? You doing a color? You doing all of the above? Good question, 1 sec. That's how I feel about stat holidays. I mean, they don't matter much to me now because I don't work a traditional job, but I used to the names of them used to be pretty interchangeable. There was not a whole lot of thought given to why we had a stat holiday. Hello, Dr. Bazinga SC. How you doing? Happy Friday. Oh, coffee, nice. That's good. We're waiting. Journée Nationale des Patriots. National Patriots Day. For political reasons. As you do. Well, can't argue with a stat. Happy Friday to you too. In the UK we have bank holidays, which confused me at first. Does that just mean holidays where the banks are closed? Is that literally what that is? I can't imagine why else it would be called that. I've heard the phrase bank holiday before. Getting to cut. Redoing the Targaryen Blonde. Ooh, nice. What kind of holiday is it? In Canada we call them stat holidays, which I think... Is it short for statutory holiday? What is stat holiday? It must be. I feel like the word statutory is getting kind of grim. Stat holiday, stand for. No, it is a statutory holiday. Yep, that's it. We got a whole list of them. You've got New Year's, Family Day, which is in February. Good Friday in April. Victoria Day, which is this upcoming Monday. Canada Day, July 1st. That's an easy one. We've got BC Day on August 3rd. Labor Day on September 7th. You get a bunch of them in the summer. National Day for Truth and Reconciliation is the 30th of September. And then you get Thanksgiving, Remembrance Day, and Christmas. That's about the right amount. Seems reasonable. Shops, banks, businesses, yeah. Gives the kids a day off school. Long weekend. Doesn't mean much. Doesn't mean much to my personal life and schedule. Aside from the fact that if the Monday is a stat holiday, and I have Mondays off, normally one of my favorite things to do on a Monday off, or like a day off, is to go someplace while everybody else is at work, and I have to remind myself that, like, parks and fishing spots and stuff may be occupied on a stat holiday, even though it is my Monday. Cries and work for emergency services, no bank holidays off for me. Wowhead wrote an article, snitching on my decor duel strats. Yeah, they do that. Prop teleport to get to hard to reach places. They have, I don't know who wrote that one, but they have some article writers that are putting out some interesting content lately. And there was one that was just, like, complaining about like, non-power content, like Abyss Anglers and decor duels, which are kind of, like, my favorite part of the patch. I agree that it's bloated, but that's not what I would have cut. Full mental nut. Hello, how you doing? Opinion pieces. Yeah, some of the opinions have been just kind of less journalistic and more just, like, inflammatory. They kind of read like Twitter takes. I read a few of them because I was confused and I saw that they weren't by the normal poster names. Yeah, well, what are you gonna do? How many coin do I have? I have 102. So yeah, I will totally be able to buy another piece of decor. Or another piece of transmog. I'm running out of, I guess I could buy this polearm. I have it already in sword form, I'm pretty sure. And possibly in staff form. This thing just looks so, I don't know, it's like a lamppost. Whatever we get up to today, let's have it be straightforward, easy to understand, without too many changes in plan. I do still want to do some Marl World quests. It sounds like a nice place to be. Bashing folks over the lamppost. Over the head with a lamppost is a sick idea, though. Have the dynamic duo let y'all sleep more. I must have slept. I didn't notice them on the bed last night. I must have been so far gone that I couldn't tell. Apparently they were up at like 6, but I didn't notice it. I've just been kind of like generally stressed. There's just like a lot of little things that kind of need attention, but like it being a long weekend, it's hard for stuff to get attention, and then like everything's money. I have a tooth I'm worried about that I need to call my dentist about, but they're not going to be open for a while. And I think it's fine. It's not like an emergency worried about the tooth. It's just kind of like a this feels weird and should get looked at sort of thing. But like, I'm so annoyed. I hold my teeth to a high standard because I do a lot for those things. Editing my language. I work hard for these bits of ceramic or whatever they're made out of, dentin. And I dislike it when they fail me. How dare they? That's not reasonable. I was raised with a very moralistic, if your teeth rot, it's your fault. And I have been holding up my end of the duty with the flossing and the water flossing and the picking and the brushing and the everything. So how dare they? There can't. And also, I was just at the dentist. I was literally just at the dentist. I had x-rays. It was fine. I don't understand, but whatever. Oh, hey, I found a piece of cheese. Gotcha. So I'm mad. And also a little bit stressed about it. Sometimes biology goes as straight as spider. Best efforts. Curious then. Yeah, I'm doing the anxiety thing, so I'm like 10 steps ahead. I just need to have the dentist look at it, but I'm worried it's going to need a root canal. Because it just feels like a root thing. It just feels kind of like pressure and swollen, like underneath the tooth, which isn't great. But like, it's not cracked or there's no cavities or I don't know. It's magic. It's like, instead of divine conception, it's divine root canal. Well, I got one person. What else should we do? Check the planners. Last couple days, been preparing for a medical GI thing. Happy it's over. Can eat normal food again and coffee. Oh, nice. Good for you for a lot of people ignore that kind of stuff, and it's really dangerous to let it slide. Hi, Kira. Are you coming back? Okay. Well, I don't want to be the chaise lounge. See if we can get something small. Kind of a lot of people over here. Every time there's like every time there's like a little thing, like a bit of the lawn that I feel like I should mow or something getting kind of shaggy. Ah, they're on to me. I figured that my my decoys would have worked. It's just kind of like a not now life. I'm not ready. If all of the problems could just queue up nicely and distribute themselves in a reasonable, paced out manner so that we have adequate resources and mental mojo to deal with all of them, that would be great. If all of my problems could just like line up, grab a seat, not happen all at one time. If only. Prefer to be more Leroy Jenkins in nature. Yeah, they are impolite. They do like to batch, don't they? I almost get suspicious whenever everything's going too well and things have been too quiet for too long. It's like something's brewing. I don't know what, but I don't trust it. Nothing else may need to do. Procedure easy, just the prep that's no fun. Mm. Well, I'm glad you're on top of it, because I'd like for the whole world to be able to keep you. We're doing fine. Let's have some coffee. What's up, shrimpies? How you doing? You guys okay? We've lost an errant shrimp here and there. I did their water change and cleaned their tank last night. These ones seem fine. I fed them, but I need to cook them up some veggies and see if they want that. Blanch a piece of spinach or zucchini or something. I have spinach. They might like that. Look at little veggies in their lives. I wonder if I could get enough rep to get to the point where I could get that hair and air mount. I don't think I did the dungeon rep weekly. I think they wanted me to do Den of Nalarak, which would be like a specific queue situation. Hi Haley, how you doing? Happy Friday. Welcome to your long weekend if you have one. Do people in the States have a long weekend? Is it a long weekend in the US? No. Next week. Mm. They get Memorial Day. Gotcha. Let's head on out of here. Next weekend for the Memorial Day. Okay. Let's grab our coins. Let's select our Mog. No, don't sign me up again. That's fine. We've done enough for one day. There's bow, staff. Warglaives will probably be last because I don't play Demon Hunters. Let's be real. Two-handed mace is gonna be close to last. I'll buy the staff. What the heck? Lamppost it is. I always kind of go from, I don't know, Mogs I'm most to least likely to use in case I get, like, hit over the head and can't collect any more of them. But then I guess if I got hit over the head and couldn't collect any more of them, I also probably wouldn't be wearing them and it wouldn't matter. My bags are full of garbage. Can't find anything in here. I wonder if it's not really worth disenchanting things unless they're soulbound and epic. Those I need to upgrade and actually buy an enchant for. Let's get another enchant. Let's just buy it. Lynx's dexterity. Good people still seem to be queuing for decor. Yeah, I think it'll keep kicking for a while. It won't be instant queues the way it was, but it doesn't seem to be take longer than a few minutes. At least there is no there's no roles to fill. You don't have to wait for a tank or anything. This broom is always up. I thought that was supposed to be rare. I always see it. I guess just because I'm in the area for decor duel. Yeah, we're still grooving. We're still grooving. I'm 275. I'm not real good at it in raid, but that's okay. Maybe I'll have to learn arms or something. My single target damage is not nearly as fun as AoE damage. I have a dungeon. Yeah, I've got the Den in Nalarak, and that would give me an extra 1,000 with Harroneer. And I guess if I really wanted more Harroneer rep, I could also do the Harroneer weekly. Ooh. I'm looking for item upgrades, because I want to switch out those boots. Upgrade vendor mount next on shop. That one I could, I think, leave. I like an upgrade, but it's not as crucial to have on the fly as like an auction mail combo. Got a Horde WAD rep done. Feels nice. Did I spend a lot of time walking badges to do it? Yes, but there'll always be more. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, let's just pop that all the way up. It's basically the same stats as the boots I have, just with leech. Or hang on, those are legs. Don't take off your pants. It's frowned upon. With leech, perfect. And then we make sure that we put the new enchant onto the ones with leech. I only really have one gear set, so I haven't really been like shuffling it around or anything. And then I can disenchant the old ones so I don't put them back on, because same... I mean, these ones had a little bit more haste, but whatever, it's fine. It's only hero track anyway. And then I wonder if I should just vendor the, like the blue, like 32 gold for this. The radiant shard is only worth like 5 gold. Yeah, I'm better off vendoring that stuff. Partner saw the stream yesterday, said Hazel's playing a warrior? Yeah, I know, pigs are flying. It's pretty fun. It feels kind of me so far. I'm into it. There's a agi fist weapon we can put away. I gotta also go turn in all of this. Look at all these dark particles. Let's put them in one spot. Yeah, I have, like, a lot. Pushing 1,000 of them. We gotta go trade those. She has seen the way. Crinkle. Well, fun. Horde characters doing different expansions all over the place. Yeah. All I really needed was a few new mogs and a nice haircut to get me back into this character. Break her out of Legion Order Hall hell. Ritual site stuff is this way. Here we go. Almost there.
Take a look. I sell
Can
all
you trade me?
manner of
Nope,
wares.
not you. You?
My goods are one of a kind.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Isn't this so fun? 7, 8, 9? Yeah. Oh, at least the pouch is auto open. That's something. I'll give him that. It's always a way to get me excited for another alt. I didn't even change her hair that much. I changed her hair color. She had like the bright green hair. And I gave her, originally I gave her like the bright purple hair, but it was a bit too much. And when I backed off to like the silver purple, it just kind of felt right. Warrior has really good class fantasy. Just feel heavy like a wrecking ball. Yeah. And one of the things that I really like, let's do a specific, let's do a Den and Alarak like normal. Or heroic, doesn't matter. No, I guess it has to be normal, doesn't it? Just for the quest. Getting queue for that. Yeah, one of the things that I like about it is just that I am a real sucker for like a super old school classic fantasy game archetype. I don't like it as much when they get like too proprietary and like WoW specific. So like I really love like a warrior, mage, priest, rogue. I guess hunter fits into that too. Having like an archer.
What needs bring you here?
The compressed ball of fury. Gnome warrior feels extra fun just because it's so funny to me that you don't do any less physical damage for being like this big. Hunter Fiend have got so many. Hunters are so easy. They're just potato chips. They're so easy to just keep making, keep snacking on more of them. You guys do eat your alts, right? Hunters and druids. Yeah, the classes that I resonate with less are a lot of classes that do kind of like melee and magic hybrids in different ways. So like your paladins, your death knights, whatever an earth demon hunters are doing. Monks, you know, evokers. Not that evokers are really melee, but they're fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I enjoyed my pre-evoker seasons, but they're not they don't like resonate the same way. Eye beams, pew pew. That's why I like Gnome and Volpera monks. They remind me of the Star Wars scene where Yoda just goes crazy in a lightsaber fight. Oh, I never did the world boss. I don't want to join a group though. I'm waiting in group for my dungeon so that I can get my Hair rep while I'm working on my Marl over here. Because I am 17 and 20. I would love to get 19. I'm not close though. I only just hit 17. 18 gives you decor. and Marl. And then 19 sporited away. Spore glider mount, that's what we want. I'll never get there if I don't at least start doing weeklies again. Oh, you know what? There must be. I wonder how much they are. I haven't thought about these, but contracts. There must be like a Harinier contract. Harati. No? Is that not how you spell it? Have an apostrophe? It does have an apostrophe. Yeah, 300 gold. Give me a contract. 15 rep with them for every Midnight World quest. That is not going to add up very fast, but we're doing world quests. We want a Harinier rep. We may as well. Leveled a paladin once. I saw the Lady Liadrin cinematic. Find them a bit boring. I like prot paladin. That's fine. These are nice butterflies. I was chasing a butterfly around my yard trying to hope it would like land so I could look and see what it was. It looked like a monarch butterfly, but it wasn't super big and it wasn't super like bright, but the colors were right.
At this rate, I may need to give you a rank suitable for a far strider.
Forgot the word for apostrophe. Was about to say it had a sky comma. True. Absolutely true. Let's do the special assignment. Those have Marl. And we appreciate that you have a yard to chase butterflies around in. Yeah. Nice. Might be a viceroy butterfly. Ooh, let me Google that. It really looked like a knockoff monarch. It's a mimic. Oh. How to tell the difference. Viceroys are a bit smaller, extra black line. I can't check that. Similar color patterns. It was pretty small. It was not a 3.5 to 5 inch wingspan for sure. You know things about butterflies. Weekly Herondor quest to kill an elite. Yeah, that gives it a bit of rep too. I did that, I think, once, and then I went, huh, and then I never went back. I'm just never in Herondor. Having to take a portal to get there, and then I really don't like that big cave you poured into. I just never end up going there. I end up doing way more content in Neversong and Zolomon. And it's funny because I thought that I would be my favorite zone based on just the aesthetics of it. You know, who doesn't love sort of an enchanted forest situation? What expansion did you first have a lot of max level alts with? Probably Wrath, honestly, when I started. I was an altaholic from the very beginning. If anything, it took me several expansions to settle down and stick with a main. I spent a huge amount of time in Cataclysm just leveling alts. But I had max level alts in Wrath as well. Not, like, I guess a lot of them, because I started late Wrath, and it was a lot slower to level back then. So I would get a character to, like, 60, and then I would, like, make something else. Finished Lore Master at midnight earlier today. Woo! Took my time with Erendar. Nice. Erendar herbalism, the mushrooms are sometimes way too confusing where the herb is. Yeah, I remember dealing with that with the moths. One day I had like 3 of those quests built up for Herondar Rep. It exalted me. It was nice. Main as a hunter could never resist making a new character. Getting all those moths was tedious. I felt like I had discovered math or something crazy like that when I found out that the moths were like, they individual spawns, and once you had one it was gone. They were finite. I thought that they were respawning, and it completely overhauled how I like looked at them and how excited I was to get them. It was so surprising to me. I was fully convinced that they were just kind of like a thing that spawns sometimes, and you saw them pretty often because they were always around because I wasn't picking them up. And that kind of led me to feel like, oh yeah, I'll do it later. And then once I found out that picking up a moth makes that moth gone forever, It was big eureka. Moth hunting is my favorite thing about Herondor. I guess that says something. You know what I didn't mind was the flame hardened sap farm. I kind of enjoyed that. I got a kick out of that. People told me it was awful, and it was not that bad. And I think that I enjoyed the fact that it wasn't that bad, and the mount's kind of cool. It was okay. Yeah, I got a kick out of that one. I don't know why. Maybe my expectations were set too high, and then I enjoyed the contrast between my expectations and how hard it actually was.
Well done.
Anything for Marl, and I feel like anything for Gold. Although I'll sit out the world boss for the moment. We need both. We need all of it. Oh, nice. This is a people dungeon, and I'm doing it for the rep quest. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, Nadia. Hope you're having the beginning to a wonderful weekend. One more weapon thingy and then get the meta. As far as I know, have to wait until reset. Oh, nice, yeah. Yeah, one per reset for sure. Dungeons I've forgotten how to do. We're never in here anymore. Next season will be fun.
But be ready. This is the lower of war.
Hey, Lignerons, how you doing? Happy Friday. Write a ticket for the moth currency, one short. Bugged. Oh, annoying.
Do not worry about your friend. There will be Hashe, Nalara, the dreamer, the lower of war for test their strength. The Hashe is only as strong as their warriors. So you too will be tested in Nalarak's dream. The lower dreams of the Eman's past, when their winter was their only hope. Preparing for it will be your first.
For a second, I'm like, why are my raiders in this group? I looked at my DPS meter, and it has, like, my raid groups like Warlock and Hunter and then Flabby, and I'm like, I don't... Why are they here? That's weird. I'm on the wrong thing. Oh, dear. Let's find the right one. Current segment. There we go. I appreciate your YouTube content, which has been very helpful. Oh. Ask your general outlook on leveling alts. Do you level them to gear them and do content? Do you try to be competitive? Oh. Sometimes none of the above. Sometimes I just level them to have one. And then that's it. I just wanted to level it. PvP and keys. Never PvP for me. It's just kind of whatever feels fun. Some characters I level and I'm like, I want to play this in dungeons. I want to do keys on this. And then sometimes that's not. Like for my hunter, I just kind of wanted to get some world gear so I'd have another character to farm things on, like world quests or weeklies or whatever. I haven't been leveling a lot of max level alts lately though, because I don't feel a strong need to play more than what I have. I have 3. And I'm playing 2 of them. One of them's kind of retired. And that feels like enough. Doing fine. Got home from a 13-hour workday. Kind of like this dungeon. It's different. I am remembering it all over again now. I had forgotten about it completely. Got 7 level 90s. Oops. The real question is how many of them are hunters? No judgment. Safe place. Really miss multi-shot. It does not hit the same anymore for legacy farming. Thought about deleting some hunters.
You just might survive.
My hunters kind of just feel like dolls, like
In
that
the
I've
winter,
collected on my
they
login
rule
screen.
like they hoard
They're all
water,
different,
whose greed burden others.
different races, and they've got kind of different like looks and outfits on. And I feel like every patch that I want to level up or gear up a hunter, I pick a different one. I don't play the same hunter any 2 patches. Not feeling how they are since the last big change. Interesting. A few of you feel like that. I had kind of washed out of my hunter. I didn't think it was the class, but maybe it was. Maybe that's exactly what it was. Charge is great. Big fan. Whoa, careful. Rotten mushrooms. Am I meant to be soaking them? Can't tell. I think I just stood in a mushroom and got myself poisoned. I don't know if that was a good idea. I don't remember. We'll find out when this is current.
Some branches must be cut so the others may live.
Hunter survival now. Not happy with the last few BM changes. How many times have I died from charge by doing before thinking? I don't want to talk about it. I'm wondering if my lowered interest in the game is a decreased interest in my longtime druid main. Could be. It's never been a better time to like experiment with other specs. It's always sad though when the one thing that you really wanted to play just kind of isn't working for you. I used to feel like I could play Priest or anything, and I probably can. I like Priest right now. It's not the class that's why I'm kind of trending away from it. It's just that we have a lot of healers around. And more so than any specific role, I just kind of like to go where I'm needed. I think that's why I like playing a healer, is because I like to feel like people need me, and if nobody needs me, then I should probably do something else. And it's been a while since I've given DPS a fair shake. I kind of want to find out if I can still do it.
In Deloa's mine are changing. All you can do is take shelter from their rising winds.
Bit burned out. Gaming gear and grinding, so I've stopped recently. Just like most of the classes I used to play a lot. Yeah, nothing wrong to shake it up with another class. Everybody I know that plays Shadow actually really likes it right now. Shadow historically tends to struggle a bit in keys, especially when you're in groups where everybody's just kind of like smoking things and there's not enough ramp time. And I think that tends to put me off of it a little bit, just because in the groups that I'm at, there's usually not enough ramp time in keys, which is kind of the fun thing to be. I think both Fury and Arms are viable. I'm not 1000% sure. I don't even really remember why I picked Fury first. I think it just sounded fun. I did appreciate that Holy Priest felt less squishy to me in Midnight than I've been for a long time. It felt like through the end of Dragonflight and then basically all through the War Within, I was just like a wine glass in a war. You know, sometimes I would make it to the end and not be broken into 30 pieces, but it was kind of a miracle. Every hit that everybody else could take and just live through no problem would just be like, oh, there she goes. Angel of Shame. Tried a 15 the other day. Kind of felt that way. 15s are spicy. That's the highest I've done. A little scary in there. Love Fury for open world and delves and arms for raids. I need to try arms for raid. I've raided 2 weeks now as Fury, and I've felt kind of... And I'm new to it, so I can't just be like, oh man, why am I not doing any damage? Because, like, I'm new. I need, like, another 1,000 hours of practice. But definitely doesn't feel as satisfying in single target, even in Slayer. Oh, do I need to click on the thing? We have to channel the thing. We're all just kind of like hanging out. There we go. Reluctant to try new arms as I put so much time and effort in working towards Biz for Fury. Stubborn, keeping it for the season. Yeah. Is there any overlap, or do they have totally different stat prios? Well, I guess we're going. Don't you just love sliding ice mechanic? Isn't it just your favorite? It is not my favorite. Pretty different. They want crit. Pretty the same. Because I'm pretty sure I want haste mastery. And also I want haste because my haste sucks on my gear right now. It's too much like IRL. Yeah, sliding around on ice is no fun. Sliding around on ice is scary. It's dangerous. People break stuff doing that.
You have proved your strength and endurance.
Haste for both. The other secondary is different. Gotcha. So crit instead of mastery.
Come back to the fire.
I might be better geared for arms currently. I have a lot of crit. My gear might work just fine for arms. Look at this. I didn't mean to. It's just how it's worked out. For science? I'm gonna have to read though. I don't know if I woke up today to read. I think we woke up to survive. I want to do one big pull. You betcha. Switch spec, look at class codex. That sounds like reading. That sounds dangerously close to using my noodle, which is officially on vacation for today. I guess then when I'm working on restarting or reading books again regularly. Ooh, fun! You starting with anything in particular? Done it for 3 days in a row. Nice. I've nearly made it to the end of Priory of the Orange Tree. I should look into this sequel. I know there's another one that's out now. Novella called Illuminations by T. Kingfisher. Fantasy stuff. Nice. I wonder if the Priory sequel is as big as Priory was, because I'm gonna need a stand. Getting through the beginning of that book when I had to hold it up in bed was hard. Aimless in game, down to Rogue Lure yesterday. Congratulations.
What took you so long?
Sounds like an avalanche pasta thing, and I've got orzo today.
Before you face the law, you must face and kill me.
Leadership requires sacrifice, even of the things we cherish.
You lost me. That's okay. Priory is... Oh, it's a prequel. It's not a sequel? I don't know why I thought it was going to be like a trilogy or something. I guess everything is a trilogy. You just get trilogy brain, you assume everything's going to have 3. Motivation is largely based around reading the recent releases of that author. Is a longtime friend of mine. Helps me stay connected to them in a weird way.
But the death of those loyal to me,
That's cool.
is my burden. it will be yours as Hache.
I love that emote.
I'll give you cover.
It's like the Twitch version of the Pikachu face.
Away, unworthy.
I don't know what's going on, and in this difficulty, I don't have to.
My rage will
We're meant to be breaking the spooky green bears. Looks like it. This will be fun when it's like a thing. Did I get any loot? Wow! I got a trinket. Big day.
Twilight's blade are hiding out at speakers.
Well, that'll be worth some rep.
Show them how a Hashira protects Zulaman.
Gotta finish our Gold World quest while we're at here. Yesterday we couldn't find Tiki. Which isn't like an immediate emergency because he's tiny and blends into everything. So sometimes it's just kind of like a scavenger hunt of like, where on earth did he go? And partner found him and he was tucked into my foot oven. I have like a foot warmer, an electric foot warmer that I keep under my desk that I use to keep my feet warm while I'm streaming or whatever. And I guess it was still warm because I had just finished using it. I'd gotten up and he had crawled right inside and he had his little head poking out. It was really cute. Don't cook yourself, buddy. You'll get out if it gets warm, right? I figured it was only a matter of time before the cat started to fight me for my heated blankets. They're just like me. Saw that on IG. Isn't he cute? He's such a cutie. He's such a sweet guy. Oh yeah, plater nameplates. It's the only real part of my UI that's an add-on. Or like my combat UI that's an add-on. Lots of my other stuff is. Amazing how they can find the warmest spot anywhere. Would like to know how they can sense it. Little heat-seeking missiles. I don't know. You think they can smell it? Can you smell warmth? Or maybe smell what other stuff smells like when it's warm? It's like, ah yes, I sense cooking dust over this way. That's where the blanket is. Alright, got that. Marl. Need Marl. Missed the story. Oh yeah, Tiki was hiding, and we found him in my foot warmer. He's discovered the electric foot warming pocket. He was a big fan of it. It was very cute. I put a picture up of my Instagram story. Let's see. Heart Whisper Franz. He's so sweet. He was also, like, he kind of spawned in on the kitchen counter, and we're not quite sure how he managed to get up there. He's going to be a counter surfer. I knew it would happen to me eventually. Kira was never, like, a cat that would get on counters, so I never really had to worry about it, but we're going to have to be really on top of our sanitation. Which is a good idea anyway, you know. It's just general good food safety and hygiene, but extra double important now. Spider kitty. He's that one's scrappy. That one's agile. That one feels like he was prepping for a life on the streets and now he doesn't need it, but he's got all these extra skills. Tuna feels like he was prepping for nothing. Tuna's just vibing. Expect that if there's space somewhere, they'll find a way to it. Mm-hmm. Funny like that. Oh, I missed them. They're probably sleeping somewhere. Ugh. Unlearn them. Be very persistent. Remove ASAP. You know. I catnapped him off the counter. I brought him in here for a bit. Yoink. I was proud of them yesterday, actually. They let me trim all of their nails. After the performance we had yesterday on stream, I was like, listen guys, it is pedicure time. And we did, what would it have been, 42 nails? 44? Because all 20 feet? No, hang on. How does math work? We don't have 20 cat feet, do we? All 8 feet and thumbs and everything. We got every nail. They were very patient. 20-footed cat would be quite the sight. Tired. Kitties get on top of the ductwork in the basement. Anywhere. Holy. But yeah, they're a little less sharp now, which we appreciate. This one? I like doing world quests. I kind of missed it. It's relaxing. Plus I'm getting here and here rep. It's great. We'll do these ones and then I'll head out to Herondar. I'm just clearing out all the gold world quests and the Marl world quests. 180 from that. I need more. When my first dog, Tripod, passed, adopted my second non-tripod dog. Took some time to get used to saying 4 feet instead of 3 feet. Recommend world quest list? This one? Have you found a farming spot for the sky shards? Not sure if I want to spam delves just for that. I guess I do need Sporby. Not really. I've been kind of vaguely accumulating them over time. I do need more. Cause how many do you need? Is it 1,000? I've been getting some from delves, but I stopped doing delves, so I can't really rely on that. Say I'm just kind of vaguely getting them right now. 500? 500 sounds better than 1,000. Let's go with that. Cats have same toe arrangement as dogs. 4 in each back foot, 4 dewclaw. Feels the same as the dogs. I feel like not all of them have a dewclaw. Also, I'm not sure if cats have dewclaws. They definitely have the thumbs. The little thumb claw is like an awkward one to get because it's a tough angle to squeeze your clippers into when you're trying to press the claw out of its little claw pocket. This one is World Quest tab. Oh, I see. Oh, I'm happy with my add-on. I used to use World Quest list, but it was throwing a lot of errors, so I think I canned it. I think we kicked it to the curb. Farm mobs in ZA near the rare elites. There's essences and then there's shards, and they're different and they're for different things. Combined 5. Oh yeah. I didn't get my extended. I don't know why, but I like cannot bring myself to care about the void cores. I'm just assuming they're gonna happen to me, and I'm not trying any amount extra for them. see what the key schedule looks like. It is a farm. I guess I'm just feeling like I'm not sure how much juice my Mythic Plus group has left in us. And I'm not really motivated enough to farm keys without them. So it only really matters so far as they're playing, and if we do play, then I'll probably get my shards from there and can kind of toast up my gear that way. Just organically collecting those, yeah.
Good. Real good.
Dropped World Quest list, replaced it with World Quest tab.
Tribes backing them.
I just like having both of them, I think, put the big icon on the mini, or on this map, which I appreciate. Oh, I thought you meant the rare mounts. Well, that's a terrible farm too. I have to decide if I want those or not. I might pick specific zones. Let me look at the whole list of mounts and see if there's any zones I like more than others. So these are the Zolomon ones. I can live without those. The Herondar ones I like better. This sort of red and green Grimlinks and then the Petal Wing. Although I do have the Light Up the Night Petal Wing. I love this and I hate this. So Voidstorm's a real mixed bag. And then the Eversong ones are quite nice. Interesting. Per zone, yeah. Cool, that's
Face
fine.
your flames.
Face your flames.
70 minutes for LFR, hell.
Never face your own.
The mount that I'm riding is called Prey Seeker's Nightmare. This is the one for doing every prey target on Nightmare difficulty. Now that you can spam custom hunts, it's much easier to finish up. Only as me. Maybe I could do normal chimeras faster. Oh, probably.
Fire for your heart. The flames grow higher.
Can't finish a quest line without killing chimeras. Is there a story mode for it? Could you do that? Also, let's Hearth. And you know what? She needs another Hearthstone. This Coral Wardens is fine, but let's do something else. We've had a lot of them, and I want to pick a different one. What do I want to use? What says Crinkle? There's Explosive. That's always good. That's not the one, though. Enlightened? No, that's not right. Holographic digitalization. It's a good gnome one. Notorious Thread? Oh, I don't like that. Petal Feet, always good. More of a hunter one. Wind Sage? No. Necrolord? No. Noble Gardener, always valid. Good option. What about Prey Seeker? Is that it? No. Noble Gardener. Plus, the icon looks like a Hearthstone. Yeah, we do have a good chunk of them. There might even be more that don't have the name Hearthstone. Love that one. Yeah, it's a good goodie. 2 tanks queue, just need healers. 70 minutes, pretty wrong. That one was Noble Garden, which I think you just missed back in April. I want to say it was on the vendor. I think for the eggs. Not 1000% sure though. Love Toma Teleportation shows me all the options. I didn't bring it up. Yeah. Use the Dark Portal one. I like having a different one kind of per character.
Greetings.
Alright, Heronir rep.
May the wind
Good.
guide your arrows.
Perfect. Let's go to Herondar. We can do Golden Marl up there. I can probably do the weekly, and I can also do that, like, daily quest thing. That'll be good. I think we're missing reasons why people would queue for LFR. Some people... I mean, I think... some people definitely do it, like, as their raid, their weekly raid. Early season, you get people doing it for set bonuses.
Send them back where they belong.
Oh, I must have done these already. So let's do the gold, and then we can do the special assignment. Oh, there's a Marl one, too. Yeah. Rare mounts and Legos, I guess? Yeah. I think it's okay for there to be maybe a lack of reasons to do LFR when you don't need the gear or the raiding experience, because I don't really want the game trying to talk me into doing it. I would like free leave to guiltlessly ignore LFR. The way I have been doing. I used to say I would do it for Mog, but if I finish the Mog set on a higher difficulty now, they'll just give me the LFR set. Also, I think I officially don't really care about Mog anymore. Like, if I want to wear something, then by all means I'll collect it. Numbers for the sake of numbers, as I've realized. I'm never going to even kind of catch up, so why try? Never got the Demi Hearthstone. Dice not in my favor. There was one of the raid ones like that that I missed out on. Escaping oozes booted. I don't know if you should boot ooze. Is it up? Down? Ooze booting. I'm not sure about this world quest. That says it's slithering worms. That's gross. Most of the oozes on the path, and they're quite small. Ooh, okay. Normally world quests are not like this much of a puzzle to figure out. Enjoying my Dragonflight raid farming, struggling with Mythic Sark. Dragonflight raid farming actually sounds kind of fun. A lot of Emergil still. Looking forward to next gearing seasons. This is just a critter. Well, none of the ooze have escaped. Wowhead! Wowhead, help! Help! Yeah, the raids did have good Mog, and I'm sure that I didn't finish most of those sets. I'm sure I didn't finish them, so if I could go and I could finish, like, Mythic Dragonflight raid sets, it would fill out a lot. I mean, I know I just said I don't collect Mog. I guess I don't know how honest to myself I'm being with that. Depends on if I'm fun. On the hills, on top of mushrooms. Is this just like a cosmetic effect, the yellow blinky eyes? It's just, you're not supposed to get that close to them. What does Wowhead say? Top of mushrooms, hills, west side of the marked area. West, this way. They are tiny mobs you click on. You can slash target to find them easily. Okay. Let's make a macro. Escaping ooze. Ah. Okay, that's awful. I don't know if I would have noticed that without the macro. It's funny, I've never... Now that I know what I'm looking for, I can see them. This is like... barely in the marked area. Great way for me to get some housing endeavor XP. Oh, farming the Dragonflight raids? I remember trying to do it at the end of the War Within for the Drakthir invasion thing. Or endeavor. If I try to be a completionist, cannot actually complete everything, it becomes a reason to give up playing WoW, find something that hits other parts of my brain. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like to feel super motivated for collecting, it's helpful to kind of have that all or nothing mentality, because that's what drives you to do all of the really niche farms, and it makes it so satisfying when you get progress, even on things that you don't find cosmetically appealing. But the downside of that mindset is that it can feel really punishing when you can't get everything, and it's almost impossible to get everything now. You'd have to place, I mean, it was always true that you would have to play a lot, but now, to keep up with everything new on top of trying to collect your backlog, you would have to play so much. I don't see the I don't see the little daily. Did I do it already? Maybe I did it though. Isn't there a little blue quest? It's like down here usually. That's why you give up on trying to keep up with everything now. Mm-hmm. How you doing, Buggy? Happy Friday. Oh, I know this one. I died to this when I was doing my Nightmare Prey. I think on a different character, it must have been. Otherwise I wouldn't still have this available to do. Go find things to eat. Bid you everyone good night or good day. See you later, Dorda. Have good food. Let's vendor these guys. And let's use the button, which is an important thing that I've learned. Ink? Question mark? Ambiguously named spells and items are one of my favorite things they do in WoW. Practically pork. Beyond beef. And now beyond beef's a real thing. What do they call it? Kicked from a time-walking dungeon for dying on a trash pull. Oh. Seems harsh. I'm sorry that happened. Okay, I need to boil an egg anyway. Listen, just pretend the egg is one of them. Whoever initiated the vote kick. It's a healthy way to process rage, right? Guys? Oh, hey, rare. Wonder what Taurens feel when they eat those dishes made out of basically beef. Yeah, worse ways to process rage. That is true, actually. Oh. You take it out on those eggs. Me watching the eggs boil. I'm just imagining you standing in front of the stove with like a wooden spoon. It's me. I process my rage through microscopic toddler-style tantrums. Or, my favorite thing, I got it from my dog. Moose, when he's kind of frustrated, will do kind of like a very specific huff. He'll just kind of go... And it's a very teenage thing. It's a very Moose thing. And I've kind of adopted it from him, and it's so satisfying. Like, if I'm kind of crabby about something, I can just kind of go... Or like you just do like the breath, and my partner knows exactly what it means, and it always cracks me up and makes me feel better. Or I will like very gently like kind of stomp like one foot, like, and then it's just so funny that it kind of makes the whole thing a little bit better. Not taking my eyes off it so I can immerse myself fully in the experience. Got back from the war within. Did they do a stat squish? Yes. Pretty sure they did. I don't think I used my button. I think that's probably why I died. Either that or I got decapitoed. 30 minutes deserter is harsh. Give them a 30-minute no new joiner debuff, right? Yeah, getting deserter for getting removed from a group seems unreasonable. It's not like you didn't remove yourself from the group. I don't get that. Alright, I'm gonna park my character right here. I'm going to take a short break. I will be back. Kitties are my favorite. They're real nice. They're the nice kitties. You be babies. They're in the very tippy top of their cat tree. It took them a few days to find that basket on the top of it. And oh my god, it's so cute when they snuggle up together. Entertained by the kitties. Let's do this one. More Marl. More Marl. Also, my mining skill's coming along. I was debating dumping it, mining, for alchemy to try to get longer flask duration just to save a bit of gold. I was kind of like thinking about the math of like how much gold do I make from mining versus spend on extra flasks for like keys and stuff. Hi, how are you? Hi, Scarlet. I'm okay. Thanks for asking. I'm stressed. I'm fine, but it's not my finest hour. We're doing all right. We're keeping it together. I feel like I'm in a little boat and it just keeps like springing leaks and I'm just kind of like duct taping them all because that's what I got right now. It's not really how you're supposed to deal with leaks in the boat, but it's what we're doing. Glad that you're like existing. Yeah, we're existing. All right. We're doing fine. Yes. You can do me a favor. You remind me what the WoW news of the week is. I got to talk about that later, and I don't know what's going on. Void cores is one of them. I can cover the changes to Ascended Void cores. It felt like they hit so fast that they had changed it before I'd even farmed any the first way. Trying to scoop out water with Thimble. WoW news is the WoW news. Duh. I know we have raid testing this week. I've got that written down. We'll be doing Sporefall raid testing. I never did finish the Lura guide. Got away from me. I was on top of the Illyria one. That was good. That was apparently the mojo that I had. Yeah, the Void Shard hotfix is in. The Prey hotfixes, actually, those are a pretty good change. Try not to use Wowhead a lot. Some of their posts very negative. True. Yeah, it would be nice if they added a filter for opinion pieces. If they don't already have one. Because, like, I'm fine with them writing them or having them. You know, like, if you're reading an actual newspaper, there will be an opinion section. And it's got some person who is occasionally reasonable and is normally has just the most wackadoodle take. And then they put in the newspaper, and it's clearly labeled opinion. And that's fine. But, like, Wowhead they just need to flag them so that you can filter them out if you don't want them. Because they're pretty inflammatory, and it's annoying to have them presented as fact alongside the news. I feel like that's... And I know we're not exactly journalists here online, but I feel like it's just bad journalism. Yeah, I use Wowhead for news, too. I'll check Wowhead, I'll check Blue Post. I check the World of Warcraft news generally as well. But Wowhead's usually a good place to, because if they've, a lot of people use them, so if they've posted about something, it's normally something that's getting some traction. Does WoW have too much casual content? That one, I had to click into it and check the comments because I'm like, wait, what do you mean? This feels like a weird bone to pick. Like, they were trying to write about bloat, but the way they went about it was wild. Think of them more beyond the initial headline. Yeah, it did feel like rage bait, which is just a weird thing for Wowhead to be posting on main, I guess. I went on a 10-minute rant. They were saying things about abyss anglers that felt kind of unfair. If it makes money, then they'll do it. Everyone has a line. Because if that was the only law, then we would all just be scamming each other. And I think only some of us are scamming each other. Yeah, no, I totally read it. Which I guess means it's working. I suppose that's what they wanted. My issue, I think, with the WoW content bloat right now is just that it needs tighter editing. I'm fine with lots of options for things to do. I just would like to see things go in a little cleaner, you know, with like less redundant currencies. You know, I want things to maybe be carved down a little bit so that they're a little simpler and so that each thing has a clear purpose and it's obvious why it's there. You know? That's what I want, is just cook the content a little longer if you have to. By all means, I don't think anyone would complain about us going to like a 10 or a 12-week patch cycle up from 8. I'm sure the executives wouldn't like it, but whatever. And just, you know, you don't have to make anything extra, just add it a little more, you know? It kind of feels like they're scattershotting stuff that's not quite done is the issue. It's things like, little examples like that toy that you can buy on the vendor for delves that lets you combine your delve shards into keys from anywhere. Feels like the dumbest thing in the world when you zone into a delve, your shards get converted into keys. Your shard cap works the same independently of whether or not you've converted your keys, so there's no reason to convert your keys ahead of entering a delve. It's just like a strange, redundant, I guess, like relic of an earlier design before they added the zoning in converts your keys thing, but they left it in because, I don't know, it's just messy. And there's lots of little things like that that I feel like are just kind of, they're not like overtly harmful, but they're like ambiently confusing. And we're confused enough, man. Makes my bags a mess. Originally, you had to go to Silverman to combine. Yeah. And then there was a toy, and then there was a zoning in thing. But then, like, you know, clean up the older versions of it, right? It would be like buying a product and it ships with 3 manuals, and 2 of them are for different versions of the product that aren't what you have. Not exactly, I'm just grasping here, but... Don't mind some time gating for that kind of content. Ritual sites first week, then Void Assaults the other way around. Yeah. Oh, I completed an armor set. Wham. Alright, I did all my world quests. I can't believe that I did this rep thing that was down here. I don't believe it. I refuse to believe it. I'm gonna go look for it. I don't see it on my map. And I don't know why, but that's fine. We'll just have a little look. It's usually in this area. Content bloating aside, game in a better state than it's ever been. Yeah, I agree. I think they're doing a lot of core things very well, actually. And you can't... I feel like you have to learn how to filter, like, the actual like sort of valid themes of what people are discontented about the game out of just kind of the overall noise, because people will always be unhappy with the game. There is not a single thing Patch Blizzard could put out where you wouldn't have people being like, why didn't you do this? Bring back this. Or my favorite, why didn't this happen sooner? This should have been like this 2 years ago. It's like, just so you like it. Right? Is that what you're trying to say? They're never ever going to do anything that doesn't have huge amounts of backlash just because of the way it's positioned. But that doesn't mean that all of it is invalid. Yeah, I guess I did this or something. I don't know. I'm going to go look for the weekly for the rep. Daily has a chance to proc. Oh. Well, that's dumb. Why? What the hell? Enjoyed the season as a mid-core type, even pugged Mythic Chimeras. So glad they removed Valor Stones. Yep. Big happy with that. I really liked the transmog changes too, for me. Personally. I do need to do this.
Words? Until we are
Select a relic. Doesn't matter which one. We're just repeating it. Let's get the first one. Oh, I guess we would get an extra copy, so if there's any of this decor that I feel like I would want more than one of. There's like a lantern, there's like a little orby thing. Maybe the cauldron. Cannot wait for 0.7 to be super buggy. It'll be fun. There must be some stuff in 0.7 that I'm actually excited about. Outdoor lighting for housing, maybe? Couldn't care less about the Omnium Folio. The boss will be fun, I bet. I think Sporefall will be kind of fun. Kind of like the nerf that Barry got this time. Changes are changes that should be made beta alpha testing, not during live gameplay. What the hell is the Folio? Exactly. It's borrowed power for a little while. Something else for us to farm and use or whatever. I don't know. I'm over it, but maybe it'll be fun. Writing it off before it even comes out. Because, yeah, I feel the same way. Like, do we really need that? Is that really necessary? Are we feeling so bored with our classes that we need to have extra powers right now at this particular moment in time? Extra power systems like that used to be fun when you'd been playing the same version of your class for a calendar year in the same raid because they couldn't get the next expansion out. And you're like, I want to play with a new toy for a little while, you know, like, not, I don't feel like anyone's ready for it. I mean, I guess some people must be. I can't speak for everybody. Yeah, it's a buff and not a piece of equipment, but I could so easily just, like, I would be 0% mad if they were like, you know what, never mind. Glad the weather's getting nicer so I can spend more time outside. Yeah. This way, this way, this way. Do arrow keys work for this? No, why would they? That would make too much sense. Still don't even understand the ascended weapon thing. I think we're just infusing more item levels. Does it matter which way I go here? I don't think so. I think we can start this way. Oh, boo. Well, at least they don't start me at the beginning. Watch me do the exact same thing twice. There we go. Wow, Hazel discovers corners, everybody. Applause. Fire up the presses.
This was no ordinary pigment. The
Not for someone who has mostly only done delves. You can upgrade weapon and trinket item level of hero or myth track gear. So if you have hero track or myth track from crafted, because crafted can be upgraded as well, weapons or trinkets, then you can infuse them for a higher item level. Just to keep people playing. Yeah. I end up kind of resenting it. I guess I can just not worry about it. It just depends. Like, if I end up doing more actual content, I will need it. But if I don't, then I don't want to bother. I don't think I'm going to go out of my way to do it. Yeah, you can get hero gear from 11s with full delve journey. You can get hero gear from 8s from vault, as well as your weekly map item as well.
trying to weave a revelation. Yeah.
See, you might. I'm a gnome. Where I wish I wasn't feeling like that. Would normally be stopped until 12:1. Normally I'd be kind of like pivoting into collecting stuff more. It's kind of this dichotomy of like there's never been more things to collect and there's never been less time to collect it in. You need some downtime for that sort of thing. I suppose they want me to go up the hill, don't they? That's why I'm doing legacy stuff mostly. Yeah. Oh, that's right. I enjoy WoW. Midnight kind of put a negative taste in my mouth. I definitely feel a lot less charitable towards Blizzard as an entity. I used to cut them more slack. I kind of ran out of slack. Don't get me wrong, I'm still here. And I understand that the things that really irritate me about Blizzard's, you know, how they've been handling things lately is not the fault of the devs. Those decisions aren't coming from the developers or like the people that are giving the presentations. I understand that. I'm not holding it against any person in particular. But when it comes time to kind of like give them grace for something being kind of wacky or not working correctly or whatever, I'm running a little light on it. And I know that in September when they're doing BlizzCon and they come out with all their We're Family marketing, and people are like, oh man, did you get the thing? Oh, I don't know. I don't even think I'm gonna virtual ticket this year. I normally do. I'll have to see what kind of... All the big announcements are usually free to stream anyways. I don't know if I'm gonna pay virtual ticket. I might not. I got an accidental ban the other day. A lot of people did. It was a mistake, but I was like, canceled my sub. Accidentally banned for like an hour. Oh man, that would freak me out. I would be so unhappy.
Welcome to the cradle. I am Axum, and I listen to
There we
the
go.
voice of the cradle. I carry knowledge that is hidden to even most Haramir.
Wait until we get another confirmation of remix and then play that.
And I share them only with
Did they
those
get
who
rep from doing that?
understand their importance.
Honestly, I don't think I did get rep from doing that. Hang on, Cauldron of Echoes. I accepted the quest. I did the quest. I got my pack from it. You don't get reputation again? What? That was the only reason that I did it. excuse me? Oh man, here. I'm blowing this popsicle stand. What do you mean? I'm going to Voidstorm. See about Marl and Gold World quests out there. Let's do this one. One nice thing about coming out and doing world quests is I'm getting a little bit of extra lumber that I know I'm going to need eventually, and I'm getting a little bit of extra ore that I can sell for gold. A lot of people in Guild want Shadowlands Remix, and I cannot blame them. Hi, Jedi Bob. How you doing? Happy Friday. What is a blister creepling, and do I need one? I do not need one. I feel like it'll be either Shadowlands or Wrath. I'm feeling Shadowlands or BFA, but I could be completely huffing the proverbial copium. I don't know why I don't feel like they'll do Wrath. Wrath just doesn't really have that great of cosmetics. And a lot of the things that people really like Invincible, they would have farmed during Collector's Bounty makes more sense. And the older X-Backs don't really have the same kind of, like, systems that are kind of fun to play with in Remix. The same way that Mop and then Legion did. I think they'll do some of the more, like, mid-history expansions before they hit anything older than Cataclysm. Imagine running Sepulchre for leveling. Can I just, like, fly out of here? WoD be good as a remix, but won't be next? Yeah, I also think WoD would be good. I agree with that. Probably won't be next. I feel like WoD Remix is gonna have, like, bad, initial reaction because people just, like, are allergic to the phrase WoD. The Abundance Weekly? No. Is it rep for the zone you're in? I thought it was always Zelamon rep. Because it's, like, the Zelamon activity. Although I foolishly thought that doing the Legends of the Heronir again would give me Heronir rep, and it gave me nothing, so... Who knows? Do some abundance just for getting more stuff off the abundance vendor, really. You're not a rare, are you? No, rare's downstairs. We're looking for Bane of the Vile Bloods. Yeah, I got the meta. So I've done each of the weeklies once. But doesn't that put Heronir at a massive rep disadvantage if you cannot continue to get rep from their weekly once you've done each of the things? Like, I still get Eversong Woods rep from doing Soltheril's Soiree, I'm pretty sure. I think that if I bothered to suffer through Stormarian Assault and not have it bug, I would still get whatever the frick that one's called, Singularity rep. So, like, why does Heronir cut you off? I was able to repeat the weekly. I got a Pinnacle cache from it. But it did not give me Heronir rep, which I feel like is surprising and also dumb. Let's go get this one done. That's going to give me some gold. I don't know. Pretty bad. It's just weird. Do you think? Nope. Doesn't happen. Oh, I see. There's more. Covenant Sanctums be the vendor spots or Ouroboros? Oh, Ouroboros for sure. Fatty, thank you for the 54-month resub. Appreciate you sticking with me, friend. Hope you're doing well out there. Thinking for not tire people, right? We're here to exist off of vibes. My revenge eggs turned out perfect.
Your powers are
Revenge eggs. Oh, it's a phrase. Now I'm imagining a disgruntled chicken. Just disgruntled chicken, like a female hen with a real axe to grind. And she's laying eggs and she's brooding on them. When a female chicken feels like sitting on her eggs and she's like in the mood to like nest on them, they call her broody. She's feeling broody. And she's on those eggs. And she's imagining they're gonna hatch. And she's going to unleash those chicks on everyone who's wronged her. Her revenge eggs. You know how I look like. Imagine if they stole the really boring Anima farm for Sanctums. The whole point of Shadowlands Remix would be so that we can like simplify Anima and collecting. Just give us ensembles for all of the Covenant sets, man. How do I get a copy of this book? I think it's actually a claymation film. Is that not Chicken Run? It's not quite Chicken Run. Love Chicken Run, though. Love that movie. I tried watching the sequel. They made another one more recently, and I tried to watch it, and I made it like 30 minutes in, and I had to turn it off. I was sad. It wasn't bad or anything. It just wasn't doing it for me. I realized they didn't make it for me. I did too. Because I'm not opposed to an animated movie sequel. Sometimes you just want to watch a family movie. I watched the Zootopia 2. That was pretty good. Enjoyed that. Got a kick out of it. Good movie. I watched Moana 2. It was okay. It was fine. I didn't turn it off. Ask you for advice? Sure. Hi. Hi. I can't vouch for the quality of my advice, but we can take a stab at it. That one is good. Curse of the Were Rabbit. Watch the Swan Princess, Prince of Egypt over and over and over. Love Swan Princess. I've never seen the Prince of Egypt. I missed that one in my upbringing. Swan Princess is a foundational memory for me, though. Phenomenal soundtrack. So good. Not religious. Yeesh, what a banger. I feel like a religious background doesn't like disqualify like a film or musical from being good. I feel like Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat still kind of rocks out. I had that movie as a kid. I remember vaguely thinking that Joseph was like hot and then wondering if that was blasphemous. Dude had some nice hair. Let's see. Do not want to do Void Assault or Ritual Sites. Worried they'll be part of the Midnight Meta. Oh, same. I'm doing the Void Assault meta because it's pretty easy and because of the mount is pretty good. And the Ritual Site one I'm just kind of ignoring for now. Ooh, relationship question. Okay. I don't know if I'm the right person for this. I'm lack of communication with my partner. We broke up still loving each other. Still in contact, checking on each other. She's building a wall, wants to be alone. Wait for a return or just move on. Yeah, you need some clarity. I feel like you both do. I feel like maybe, and this is advice, this is kind of a do as I say and not as I would do, because I would totally just like be too chicken to have the conversation. But it might be worth asking for a conversation to just kind of like figure out where you're at so that you can either let go and move on or make it work properly. I feel like you gotta find out if she's still in it and just wants like space, or if she's actually kind of done. She might be done. It happens. Django, thank you for the 19-month resub. Hello. Hello. Yeah, it is hard to judge as a stranger. I think the best thing you can do is try to get a little more clarity from a conversation, but it may not work that cleanly. Only relationship I have is with my weekly vault, which is pretty rocky. This one is... I don't want any of these. We're getting out of here. We don't want to be in that zone anymore. Oh, I found the Abundance Weekly. I tripped on it. Wow. Yeah, this gives you a Monty rep for sure. Which I'm not against. I'll get some... I bet I'll get some, Here, do I have Dun shards? I have 2 of them. Oh, I'm Captain Dun shards. Here, let's just do some Abundance. Appreciate your input. No problem. Wait, is this not their good one? This might be just a regular one. Oh, here, if I zone in, there's not a lot of people here. I can use the abundant travel method to get to the good one. They supposedly hotfixed it. Let's do that. It's true, I did need to be somewhere else. One thing that I've kind of come to feel about relationships and relationship history in general is that just because a relationship is ending or has ended doesn't mean that it was like a waste of time or not worthwhile. Like a good relationship, a bad relationship, maybe you regret them, maybe you don't, but they all kind of help you grow as a person and kind of learn more about yourself and life. And even if it doesn't feel like it, especially in the middle of a breakup, it definitely doesn't feel like it, but it's part of your story, you know. Just because something wasn't like the happily ever after doesn't mean it wasn't real or like worth the time that it took, or it didn't grow you both. Do you watch Good Omens? No. Yeah, that applies to friendship. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like there's always like lessons that you kind of take on from each one. And that's true for good relationships and bad relationships and everything in between. Even if the relationship is just like, this is the thing that that I cannot live with or do not want or whatever, that's still a lesson. It's a good thing to know about yourself. Yeah, no love wasted, even if it didn't work out. It's one of the most human things we can do. Used to be sad when I told myself it wasn't meant to be. Now I've been with my hubby 30 years. Wow. 30 years. Had a little Terry Pratchett thing at the end. I sobbed like a baby. Aw. I've never met, obviously, Terry Pratchett. I've just read all of the Discworld books. Save one, because I couldn't really handle it being over, so I kept one book that I didn't read. Kind of a break glass in case of emergency thing. But like, you feel like you know him from having read all those books. You feel like you miss him, even though I never met him.
Magnificent contributions, my acolytes. Revel in this divinely abundant boon.
New life sim coming out soon. I'm so excited. Tell me all about it. What is it?
Magnificent contributions, my acolytes. Revel in this divinely abundant boon.
Paralyze. There's a weekly from that. Marl? Yeah, Marl. 100 Marl. Couple thousand gold. Not mad at that. I should, while I'm in a group, just crank out as many of these as I can. I've decided that I do not care about... Pardon me. I do not care about epic profession equipment, and I will be proceeding as such. So anything that I'm getting is going to be something for me. I know both toys. I don't want fishing skill or lures. I have both mounts in this transmog set. I think that means I am officially buying furniture and then weapon mogs, and I'm happy with that.
Honored that you shot with me.
My glory be to a bounty so richly abundant. Magnificent contributions, my acolytes. Revel in this divinely abundant boon.
Epic fishing pole is the only real profession tool in my book.
Magnificent contributions, my acolytes. Revel in this
I'm treading water in terms of my gold. My gold number is slowly but surely going up, despite all of the... I spent a lot of gold on my warrior, on enchants and flasks and weapon oils and foods, and enchanting like a bunch of different upgrades as well. Like I started enchanting a bit early.
magnificent contributions, my acolytes.
There was a tiny part of me that wanted to play my Tomodachi Life because it just looked quirky and I felt like maybe I would enjoy it, but I also feel like I probably would not enjoy it for long enough to justify the purchase price, and that the right time in my life to play that would have been like 10, 15 years ago, when I would have been more interested in making little digital voodoo dolls of various characters or people and watching how they get on with each other. How is your Tomodachi Life? I don't have one. I didn't buy the game. I just saw some content of it. Love how you flasked a +2. I think it was a silver flask. I don't think I gold flasked it. I had to show that I meant business. If I want to show up to a key and like do big damage, I can't not flask. Hi, Mr. Sonic Gen. Hope you're having a great Friday. Because if I'm not mistaken, that's the main draw of Tomodachi Life, is that you can design these Wiis. What a noun. You can design these characters to be basically facsimiles of whatever you want. You could mimic, you know, copyright characters from other properties. You could mimic people that you know in your life. And then it's like silly when they're falling in love or gifting each other trout or whatever. I don't know. I've never even played The Sims, so I feel like a lot of the background for games like that is sort of lost on me. You can drop it for a long time, come back to some crazy drama. So much respect for guildies who flask up for farm bosses, but man, I have questions about their WoW checkbook. Sometimes you just want to parse. Sometimes you just want to see how well you can parse on a boss, and you gotta juice up for that. I always used to save so much gold because I was always an alchemist, so I always had extra flask duration, but also as a healer, I wasn't combat potting. And using silver combat pots, at least in this particular season, is not too expensive. But in past seasons, it's been like hundreds and hundreds of gold to press the combat potion button. And just by not playing a DPS, I kind of saved what felt like a lot of gold. Miis, that's right, they're not Wiis, they're Miis, pardon me. Yeah, the characters are cute. I also feel like I wouldn't be able to customize them as well as I would want to. Like, I would kind of run out of creativity and I wouldn't be happy with how they looked.
Revel in this divinely abundant boon. Magnificent contributions, my acolytes. Revel in this divinely abundant boon.
From my past experience, partner at the same time, or at the time, it's somewhat the same thing to me, chose to wait for them. Ended up finding out they were distant or too busy because they were already with someone else, trying to let me down softly. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. It's good to know where you stand. It can be hard, especially if you're leaving a relationship that's, like, a really long, like a really big one. Or, like, if you've been living with somebody, it can almost feel easier to, like, slow roll it. Even, like, because you might, you know, they might not have admitted to themselves that it's over yet, although if they're seeing somebody else, they probably have. Yeah, that's harsh. At least you know now. I'm gonna move on. New life, new doors. Combat pot stupid powerful this expansion too. I really appreciate they've been pretty affordable. I'll just buy 200 of them at a time. I feel like they've actually gone up in price a bit. I don't know.
Your deeds glorify me. You shall be benevolently rewarded in abundant kind.
I have dialogue sound on and he's yapping about abundant kind. 25, been in one relationship in high school, been single for like 10 years. I understand the feeling, but I don't think you're behind. You are learning more about yourself and who you are and what you want. And that can be a really healthy thing to do, especially at that age outside of a relationship. I don't regret getting into relationships in my early, well, in my younger years, but I definitely did not know yet who I was or what I wanted. And by the time I reached my late 20s, I felt like a completely different person.
Shall be benevolently rewarded in abundant kind.
Becoming more of a thing for people to realize how nice being single can be.
Richly abundant.
It's just nice that we're gaining a little bit more respect for like different ways of living your life and approaching your goals that are a little less scripty, you know. It wasn't that long ago that it was very expected, and I guess for in lots of areas it is still this way, for there to be very like, you're going to graduate, you're going to go to school, you're going to get your degree, you're going to get married, you're going to have kids, you're going to have your house. This is the script and you're going to do it. And like, you kind of internalize that. And doing anything different than that schedule can very easily make you feel like you're doing something wrong. And it's nice that in more recent years, there's been a lot more acceptance for there being lots of valid ways to live and get fulfillment out of life. Just, you know, there's nothing wrong with following the script, but it's not a guarantee that you're going to be happy and fulfilled. There's lots of different ways to do that. Didn't have a relationship till I was 21.
Magnificent contributions, my
I entered my first marriage when I was 21. Talk about life lessons.
magnificent contributions, my acolytes. Revel in this divinely abundant boon.
I don't know. I don't know if I have life lessons to share. I'm not that wise yet. Give me another 20 minutes. Or 20 years, maybe. I don't know if I'm getting a lot wiser in the next 20 minutes. Cool cat, though. Don't feel bad. Tell me more about your kitty. What's your kitty's name? 32. I don't feel wise at all. I hope it comes soon. I am 33. I'll be 34 in September, I think. And I'm vaguely annoyed at myself for not being more grown up by now. I remember turning 30 and being like, okay, I'm a grown up. I gotta get my stuff together. And to some degree I have, but to some degree I'm still like freaking out about the same things I've been freaking out about for the last 10 years. And it's just kind of like, really? We're still doing this? Fine. His name is Louis. He is orange and is now on a diet. He had to get special diet food. I've never met Louis, but I love Louis. 40 hasn't come yet, don't worry about it. Feeling wise is a complacency trap. That is true, actually. I guess if I ever start to feel like I've figured it out, I may stop being open to figuring things out. I am kind of looking forward to being not out of firsts, but like kind of caught up on all the scary firsts, if that makes any sense. Like, there's still things like I've realized in the last couple of days that I have never in my life contacted my dentist outside of my normal biannual cleanings. Whenever I've ever had an issue with my teeth, it was always mild enough to just wait until the next time I saw them. I've never, ever, ever had to get an appointment in between then. And now I feel like I gotta, and I'm not happy about it. I don't want to do it. What am I gonna do? Pick up the phone and be like, hello? My name's Hazel and my tooth hurts. Help! Like, that's my whole plan. That's what I got. I don't know. We should know how to do that by now, but I guess not. 3 wisdom teeth removed yesterday. Oh. I hope you're on the good drugs. I still feel like a teen whenever I see people my age with babies. I forget they're 25. Louis yowls very loudly when he's hungry, and if that doesn't work, sits in my peripheral and stares at me because he knows it annoys me. Louis has revenge eggs of his own. Oh, they only need to prescribe Tylenol and Advil these days. Yeah, that might be for the best. I forget what I had when I had my wisdom teeth out. I had my wisdom teeth out as like a underage kid in Canada. I was like a teenager still. They knocked me the frick out. OMG, he does. Advil for me too. I just need to stop taking the tooth as like a moral failing. It's possible that it's not my fault. I have a hard thing separating when things go wrong around me to what extent I should take them on as a moral failing, because logically some things are my fault. It is not healthy to live in an everything is because of mysterious forces kind of way, because that's not going to help me grow. Sometimes I'm going to need to realize that I've messed up or neglected something that was important, and I need to realize that so I can do it better next time. And then sometimes it really is just like bad luck or whatever, you know. And I am terrible at finding that distinction. I tend to overtake it onto myself, but then I tend to get very despairy about it, and then I tend to overblow it, and then it tends to become a bigger problem. Something a while back where you said something along the lines of, if a thing makes me anxious, it's because it's important to me. Kind of resonated. I think I read something. I think I might have read that in a book somewhere. It's a good one, though. Just saw a good Subway take video about this yesterday. A Subway take? Do people, like, have opinions over sandwiches? Didn't see a dentist for 12 years. Do not recommend, but expensive and was a student. Yep. Now I go every 6 months, but I get so anxious the dentist has to reassure me she isn't going to hurt me, and I'm like, I'm scared you're going to judge me. I feel like that's super common. I feel like it's super normal. I wonder if the culture 20 years ago was just so focused on guilting children into dental hygiene that we have like it's like the tooth version of Catholic guilt. Like, it's just there's so much baggage around the tooth thing that I'm not the only. I feel that way too. Like I feel like I'm in trouble. Like, they're gonna get mad at me. And I have to be like, oh no, but I floss twice a day. I do. It's true. I'm not even lying. NYC Subway. Do they have different sandwiches in New York? Paid extra for anesthesia instead of gas when I had my wisdom teeth out. Hate the dentist, wasn't messing around. Dentist is so sweet. Last time she laughed when I told her. I miss my last dentist because he had a dog that would jump in my lap, and it was nice. But he retired and presumably took his dog with him. My new dentist is great too, but there is a disappointing lack of dogs in my lap. I guess the group kind of withered. I ended up with a lead and I shouldn't have done. They can tell if you floss, yeah. It's the treasure chest of toys you used to get to pick out of as a kid. Those were fun. Love it when doctors ask why it's been so long since you visited. Like, do you know what you cost? I feel like when I finally get a doctor in, 2032, they probably won't ask me that because they'll probably get it. Yeah, dental's one of those things where it's normal for people to skip it because of fear, because of pain, because of money. Money's a big one. I pay completely out of pocket for all of my dentistry, and I have for a long time. I do keep emergency funds for it, though, because it's one of those things, like, if you have to see the dentist, yes, it's going to be expensive, but, like, the longer you wait, the more expensive it's going to get. And that kind of helps take the anxiety out of the money part of it out for me. It's like, yeah, this sucks, and I'm going to have to find this money. Or, I mean, I've never had to put it on credit, but that's kind of the backup plan. But if you don't do it now, it is only going to get more expensive. It is not going to get cheaper if you wait. Pull the rug. Rip off the Band-Aid. Fix the darn tooth. You will not help anything, including your wallet, if you just, like, hold off. Yeah. Canada's added dental coverage to the healthcare, but there's an income limit. And I don't qualify, which is a good thing because it means I'm above the income limit, but it's a bad thing because it means I still have to pay for all my dentists out of pocket, which kind of puts me in the, well, do I need a cleaning? Yes, I do. But I'm glad that they have that now because dental care should be just as much of a right as the rest of your health care. It can mess up your health just as easily. I also don't have coverage for eyes, but I feel like that's not going to be that much. My last eye exam was a couple $100. The glasses were more expensive. You don't want periodontitis. Oh, girl, we've been had periodontitis. We are deep into managing our periodontitis. It's true you don't want it, but some of us have crossed that bridge already. Dear diary, today they measured my gum pockets. What do I want to do now? I don't know. It's 11:22. I did my world quests and my Marl and stuff. I don't want to do ritual sites. I could do delves. I don't really want to. Gingivitis, so blown away that I only paid $114 for removing 3 wisdom teeth. Happy to finally have insurance for my job. Nice. Yeah, I try and tell myself when I'm setting aside my fund for teeth and stuff like that, that in a job where they cover that insurance, you are paying for it. It's just kind of like one of those things where they sort of set it aside or it's like factored in. And because mine is not pre-factored in, just the same way that I have to like set aside like money for taxes and whatever because they aren't withheld, it's just the same thing. I'm just paying into my employee dental insurance, except that it's just me saving the money to pay for it. Hi, Hazel. Hello. How you doing? Happy Friday. Someday someone will explain to me why mouth bones are insured separately from other bones. Oh. Would have been nice to have this done when I was 18. Oh, your wisdom teeth? Yeah. There's a rare, and I want to fight it. A lot of stories of dentists scamming you, telling you have issues just to pay them more. Big reason I'm scared of the dentist. I guess I've been lucky to have ethical dentists. Especially when they know I don't have insurance. They will usually kind of walk me through what's going on and talk me through what they would like to do about it, and there's usually like some options. You can always get a second opinion as well. Like if a dentist gives you a diagnosis and it's like, yeah, we're gonna need like $9,000 worth of surgery, and you're like, why? Then you can always, I mean, you'd have to pay for another exam, but like see a different dentist get a second opinion if you're concerned about it. I say. Something I would almost never do, but I guess I'm just lucky I have ethical dentists. Mind you, payment plans if you don't qualify for coverage. I really need that mount in my life. You gotta get on your Nightmare Prey. There's other colors of it that are a bit faster to get. I'm just farming rares now, I guess. Ooh. It's working. Yeah, no rush. Now, there's all the rush. We're rushing. Shows me a picture of the x-ray so I can see what they're talking about. Yeah, my new dentist did that with me too, which I really appreciated. They actually like walked me through where it was in my mouth and what it looked like. It turned out to be nothing, but I tell you about that. When I was at my dentist, they did x-rays. They were like, you have a concerning mass in your head, and I'm like, excuse me? And they did another x-ray, and they had the dentist look at it, and it turns out I just have like really weird sinuses. But they look funky on the x-ray, but they just come down super, super low. Dentist would show me the holes from cavities she'd clean up before filling them. Because she knew I was like that. Oh, I could not deal. Really? That's crazy. I mean, that's cool if that works for you. I would cry. I would cry. Do you want to see what the inside of your tooth looks like? 100%. Oh my god. That's like the scariest thing I can think of. It's so neat. Dude, I'm glad you're happy. That's funny. Biochemist nerd in me. Yeah. When I first started feeling like the pressure in this tooth, I was like, oh, maybe it's just my sinuses, because sinus infections can cause tooth pain for me, I guess because of how wacky and fun my sinuses are. But then it occurred to me, it's on my bottom teeth. I don't think I have sinuses in my jaw. I'm pretty sure I don't have sinuses in my jaw. That would be weird. That's some cool toys to get. Pango plating. You guys told me about pango plating. And then I was telling my friends about pango plating. Then one of my friends was whispering me, being like, wait, how do you get it again? It's from Treasures of Zolomon. So good. Works in combat, persists through death, lasts an hour. What's not to like? Was always against the nasal lavage neti pot thing. Had a doctor prescribe a rinse. Boy, does that work. Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good to be cautious about it. You can absolutely, if you are not using clean equipment or a clean rinse, you can absolutely give yourself horrific infections that way, because it's not like you don't want to muck with it. But you know, you sanitize stuff. It's great. Maybe that's what I need in my life. Do a little neti. Yeah, triangle of death. Distilled water. I boil water for mine. I boil it and then I add my own salt. But, you know, doctor recommended whatever your medical professionals are advising you to do. I decided to eat something unusual because I felt the desire. Now I'm suffering. I'm so sorry. Happens. Do you ever have the desire and you know you're gonna suffer, but then you're like, you know what? We're doing this. I know I am going to regret this, and I'm eating it anyway. Stopgap measure until they fix my deviated septum surgically. You're saying don't pour amoebas directly into my brain? Listen, if you snort them, they're going to combine with your brain, and they're going to give you extra thinking power. We always said we were always worried about losing brain cells. Why don't we put a few new ones up there? Cravings are terrible sometimes. Me when I eat legitimately spicy food. So good. Hurts so much. It kebab. Why am I farming rares in Zolomon? This is the zone where I like the mounts the least. I don't want to, I mean, I don't not want to get a rare mount drop out here, but like this is not, these are not the mounts that I want. Let's go to Eversong. We were looking at this earlier. We were looking at all the rare drop mounts. And I like ranked the zones in my head, and this was the last one. I would say Eversong and then Herondar / Voidstorm. And then this one. Rare scanner's good though. I want the blue Blood Elf mounts. Yeah, they're nice. I'm enjoying my Pre-Seeker's Nightmare. This is a good one. Another rope down. Got one from Magister's Terrace on Wednesday. Nice. Crats. I think there's one from Magister's, there's one from Windrunner, right? I need to double check. I may have both of them now. I feel like they dropped. Time to hit the salon. Have a lovely hair day. Mount Windrunner. Yeah, I do have the Windrunner Spire one. I think this dropped for me pretty recently during Keys. Oh, it does that thing though. Maybe it's because of my Pango plating where it like pops into the aura, so it's... Oh, now it's better. It just did the thing once. And then Magister's Terrace is the Loosened Hawkstrider, the kind of the scaled up version of the original Swift White. Yeah, I have both of them now. I guess I got it not that long ago. Decent drop rate. Yeah, I've seen multiples drop in one key run. One of them, I think the Magister's mount, I got because one of my, the mount dropped for one of my buddies, and he was like, oh, I can't use it or something. Like, he couldn't, there was some issue with it. And he figured out that he had already had that mount drop and had just put it in his bank and not learned it. Or something. It's crazy. So then I asked if I could have it, and he gave it to me. One more mount for me! I think I rolled for it. I forget. Where am I? We're going this way. Blood Elf Chickens, new versions usable by Alliance? Oh yeah. I'm Alliance right now. Basically all of the new ones, I think. I don't think any of the new ones are faction locked, right? Let's look at Hawkstriders. Let's see here. Yeah, this is Rep from Eversong Woods. This one is Magister's Terrace. This one is Windrunner Spire. There's also, let's see here. This one is the Eversong Woods Rares. That's not faction locked. What the hell is this one? I'm wow hitting it. Emerald Hawk Strider. Came to here save your capital city. The least you could do is give us a Hawk Strider riding license. Battle of the Bridge. It's from the campaign. Why don't I have it? Huh? I did do the campaign, didn't I? Maybe I should check on my priest. I feel like I for sure did. Hang on, let me like poke around in my priest for a minute. I've never heard of that before. I did the raid end bosses on regular mode. Mount hiding in Urbeck this time? Yeah, maybe. Maybe I just didn't finish the campaign. That sounds like me. That seems like a me thing to do. Priest, that's right. Oi. Oh dear. Where are my kitty cats? I missed them. They're sleeping. They're snoozing in the other room, I bet. They were so cute, causing havoc here yesterday. By the end of the stream, I still had Tuna sleeping on my lap, and I didn't want to get up after I turned off the stream. I just wanted to sit here. Well, first step. What's it called? Emerald Hawkstrider? Alright, it's not in my bags. Let's go check the bank. It says it's a reward from the quest. It doesn't say it's on a vendor. Wowhead, anyway. It's curious that it's only like 7% of people collecting it. Let's check the bank, and then we'll check campaign. Is my next stop after that. Emerald. Nope. Just die. Alright. That would do it. So maybe I didn't do the campaign. Technically, I guess I didn't, like, do the quests. I vaguely remember giving up on this a while ago. And we can just have at it. I'll do it on this character. I feel like it'd be more of a mess to try to do it on the warrior. I am here to help.
Where is the army? Where are our constructs?
I'm like not even close either. I've got a couple of chapters to go, I think.
Claim the messages you sent us. I'll investigate at once, First Arcanist.
No, Ullen. We will
Seems so
investigate
unlike
this
you.
mistake
Does it?
while you get
Seems
your
very like me to me. It is pulling teeth getting me to do campaign quests. I hate it. I do not
This was no
care for it. Just feels like busy work. And I'm sure if you're interested in the story, it's got more value. Couldn't care less about what's going on. Something elves. I was more afraid of the rhinoceros from James and the Giant Peach than I am of Xal'atath.
line no longer
And her
shadows
toes.
man. A magic has been
I'm still
developed.
afraid of that rhino. The one in the clouds? Terrifying.
Ullen, who were we
Alright,
talking to
Elphalus, that's
before?
enough. You
We
shush.
must confront them.
Unlocked a core memory.
Brought this on yourself.
I love that movie, but I still like won't watch it because I'm of how scared I am of the beginning.
Prizes await us.
I didn't finish Slaying Imposters. That rhino used to scare me too. Dude, it like killed his parents, man. It is unclear how. I feel like that's even scarier than if it like came down out of the sky and turned into a rhino and stepped on them, you know. Also, I'm getting distracted into you shush. James and the Giant Peach is the film in question. Excellent movie. The peach fruit in that movie looked like really gross, but also somehow still appealing, and I could never reconcile those two things both being true. When they're like rolling it up in balls and like throwing it around inside the peach. Maybe I do need to see it again. Forgot about that movie.
I am here to help.
Ew, that's gross. That guy's super dead. Are you wearing anything? Oh, they have like a white pants on, I see.
Our enemies will drown in shadows.
Never seen that movie, but the rhino is one reference I know from other people. It also has a phenomenal mechanical death shark. Really mythical stuff. Some good songs in it too, right? I feel like it's got music.
Tenubala. I am here to
Extra tokens to the Soiree factions need rep with? Yeah, I think so. I don't see why not. Were you guys not imposters? Sorry. Oopsies. Not bad.
Astoros Danu.
Ignore the two exalted ones? Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Even if they're like the bonus faction, I don't pick them at all.
You need not do this alone.
Oh, hang on. I had dismissed her and then I resummoned her. Oopsies. I think I'm mixing up my Aethelist button with my Uncover Illusion button. Alright, now she's leaving, and we just need to not press that button. There we go. 100% everything with ease to get me to the quest instantly. I magically have some important thing that I'm late for. It just feels like mandatory coursework. Like, it doesn't feel optional, even though... I mean, I guess it is optional. I just want them out. Silverman Court rep? Wow.
The Twilight's blade must
I want to know how I'm doing on those reps anyway.
go and undo their sabotage.
3 of 6, 4 of 6, done, and then 5 of 6. Interesting. It's like free labor. Nope. We are not doing a tier 11. Did this come out back when the Dark Way unlocked? That's embarrassing. Also, look at all those coffer keys. That's funny.
We see the stars once
Oh, dear.
crawling with cultists.
What-oh.
See if you can find what they've done to the flow of mana. One moment.
I feel like this came out a while ago.
Breathe deep.
I have a vague concern I might be coming down with like a cold or something. I don't really have time for that right now.
That must be the one who is disrupting the Arcway's conduits.
Rude. Don't speak it into existence. Yeah. It's allergies. Could be
I'll take care of that.
possible.
I wouldn't cross me if I
I
were
cleaned
you.
out all my air filters yesterday because I was worried about allergies. I don't think I have too many of them. Or if I do, I'm in deep denial about it. But, husband gets bad seasonal allergies, so I feel like having the air filters in good shape is a good idea. Interacting with the outside world? Yeah. I've also been losing sleep, which I feel like is one of the worst things you can do.
It seems that the crystals
I feel like if I wanted to handicap my immune system to become ill on purpose, which would be diabolical, but if I ever did, step 1 is alcohol and step 2 is bad sleep. I feel like the combo of like the dehydration and then the lack of sleep would just instantly get sick. I haven't been drinking, but I also haven't been sleeping. I could probably pull very, very big because I've entered a level 1 delve on my main. I don't know why I'm just fighting 1 or 2 mobs at a time.
can't catch us.
Hi, Hazel from Italy. Hope things are well with you. How is Midnight? Hello. Midnight's pretty good. Keeping busy. Lots to do. And the gang? Yeah, gang's good. How's Italy? How you been? Yeah, gang's been good. We've been raiding. We've been doing some keys. People are enjoying classes. I've been gearing up my warrior to play next season. We got a lot of healers in the ecosystem, so I'm pivoting.
Know what hit them.
We can do this. For prog reading? Yeah, I think so. I don't see why not. I gotta learn arms. I'm only playing Fury right now. I need to add one more spec to my repertoire so that I have some options. Are warriors healers natural predator? Mortal strike. My kryptonite. Nice. Life is good. Melee world. Yeah, right? You gotta keep people on their toes.
Greetings.
If I hate it, I'll just go back the following season. Or find something else to try. I keep pressing my charge keybind, and it's not working. I really have been playing a lot of warrior. Could always play Shadow. Yeah, or think of something else. Look at the other range. Look at, I could just swap based on what the guild needs. There's usually one buff.
Good. Those are all the crystals.
Our guild will have like 5 people in a class in a patch. And then they will all switch off of it the following patch, and then you won't have that buff anymore. You'll have like 5 mages, and then the next patch, they're all gone. And it's like, wait, one of you stay, but like it happens every time with any number of different classes. There's some things that we just chronically don't have. We don't often have rogues around, but I don't know if I would be a rogue. Rogues don't have a buff, do they? Why do people bring rogues? Stealth? Vibes? Fashion? They have poison. Is that a buff?
Well done.
Oh, does it do like a debuff to the boss or something?
Will not best the shelf.
Reduces damage taken.
Now to bring
To the raid?
killer to justice.
Ah, I see.
Greetings. May I help you?
Having that issue with our druids. Current raid comp has 3 of them, and then all 3 contemplating re-rolling for season 2. Yeah, we've always been very pendulum swingy. I should make sure I have a gnome of every class that gnomes can be. I was thinking, oh man, if I wanted to be a rogue, I have Ripsy the gnome. If I wanted to be a warlock, I have Boy the gnome. So I have a priest, rogue, hunter, I have a squidgy. Warlock is Boy. Priest, rogue, hunter, warlock, warrior. I have 5 gnomes. What am I missing? Mage. I don't have a gnome mage. That's like a classic. I used to have a gnome mage. Is mage it? Oh, monk. I have a mecha gnome monk. I could have a regular gnome monk, I suppose. I already don't play the mecha gnome though.
The Nightborn are no strangers to fighting for our people and our world.
Death Knight.
Flow of mana
Still
restored.
can't believe you got Boy, right?
Can now mobilize and
Me neither.
teleport to Silvermoon. Let us run
Small
with
miracles.
champion.
Get out of here. Regular gnome monk might make you like monk more. Maybe. I liked all the alliteration. I kind of want to look at the, I should do more of this tomorrow if I'm back. Oh, I'm gonna get a crystal. Wow.
I believe all of our
Thank you.
preparations are complete. Report back to Lorthamar and bear witness to the army you have assembled.
It's so funny how few customization options gnomes have, and part of me wants to be like, this is unfair. Other classes have, or other races have pages and pages and pages of options, and gnomes have like 4 things you can change. But then if you ask me like what I want them to add, I don't know. I don't have any ideas. I don't know what I want them to give to gnomes, just more. Oh, I see. The scenario would give me... How long does this take?
Have to be. We are fighting for the safety.
Oh, it gives me the pet. Oh, and the mount. I don't know. 10 minutes, give or take? Let's just do it. It'll be fine. Justice for gnomes. is unfair. We need more stuff. But like, because they do add hairstyles to them every now and then. We have lots of hairstyles. We have jewelry and hairstyles. Tattoos, I guess? I don't know if I want I wouldn't see my gnome's tattoos. I'm always down for more hairstyles, but...
We will not let them take anyone else.
Cybernetics parts is a mechanome thing. Mechanomes have those. I don't want anything else confusing mechanomes and regular gnomes. They're already the same thing as it is. Like how Nightborn have different eye shapes. Yeah, I guess I would love to have more minute face customization. Gnomes just have one face thing. Other characters have like different like noses and eyebrows and stuff. I feel like that would be a good deal. Yeah, I'm at the Battle of the Bridge. I guess it wasn't that long. I wonder what's gonna make me do Dawn of a New Well.
Champion, our troops are ready to assist. Signal them when needed.
Oh, I keep trying to charge. It's not working. Definitely need more hairstyles. If I don't already have a gnome mage, I could see a gnome mage. I'm terrible at mage. I don't have the patience to actually learn it, so I just like play it and then go, well, I'm not doing very good damage. And then I give up immediately. How dare this thing not come to me in the first 30 seconds of me trying.
Silvermoon will not fall to the likes of you.
Frost mage quite simple, does bonkers damage. Promising. I always figured, if I was gonna make a Frost Mage, I would do a Kultiran. But I do like the idea of my gnome army. Easy to learn, not that I like it though. Good distinction to make. Sea Witch vibes, right? Like a storm caller, a tide caller. Holding back the urge to just say thick Elsa. They've killed mage for me. Could bring it back, we'll see. More pigtails for my gnomes, space buns. There's a few pigtail options. Space buns would be really cute. They have sort of like Leia donut buns almost. They're not quite on the side of your head. But like I know what you mean, like sort of more up like panda ear style. Use them all, but I want more. Yeah. Yeah, I got you. See, now I just want to look at the gnome character creator again. I hope this battle doesn't take very long. We have hairstyles to select. Started liking goblin hairstyles more. They are so aggressively like late, like 2010s, late 2000s. They are very like the big, like chunky, like Hot Topic Claire's clips are so funny. They've got some good emo hairs, yeah. Yeah, goblins are great. Love goblins. Mine is called Boppin. That's right. She's a hunter with the bomb crab pet. That's what's great. Yeah. They're such a time capsule to Cataclysm, and like the time, like the single ladies dance and everything. They're such a vibe. That triple space bun hairstyle that wobbles when they run. Love them. Goblin DK is called Gabble, and I have no idea why. It just fits her. Do they still do the tickle fingers when they're channeling a cast? I used to have a gnome or a goblin priest, and when she would cast penance or channel penance, not that I ever did, because I wouldn't have been a disciplined priest, but if I had been, I remember it had tickle fingers. They do. Hi, Kira. How you doing? I'm still in here. I'm almost finished with stream. She's just standing out there kind of looking at me. Sounds like I'm yelling, just really love the baby races. You're good, you're good. Few Horde characters I'm doing Horde collecting on. Struggle to pick one that's the actual main. Yeah, Horde have great races. I am really partial to Undead and to Darkspear Trolls. And then I guess Goblins too. Yeah, no, you can't see the cat. She's in a different room. I'm just keeping an eye on her. Back and forth Troll, Undead, Goblin. I am not fighting who they need me to fight. They have specific people and they are this way. Can I get on my mount? Yes. Actually, let me get on a horse. The cat. I'm gonna finish this scenario for now. I've only got a few minutes left on stream. I gotta make sure we do this in a semi-reasonable time frame. I think I have a section on my Instagram. My girl Kira is a brown mackerel tabby. She's like a standard issue cat. But I also got 2 kittens recently.
It seems time is on our side.
There's some pictures of the kittens on the Instagram story, and then there's, I think, one of those like saved story reels of Kira. Mine is Loki. It's a very cute name for a kitty. Don't know anyone IRL with a Maine Coon. Really want to hang out with one. I love... How big is Loki? I love an enormous cat. I love it when you see a house cat and you're like, is that a house cat? Are we sure we're not looking at a bobcat? Like, I love it when they're massive. I've never had a big cat like that, but she's very, very fluffy. Baby girl. Friend used to have one with metal rods in his legs because he broke him at one point. And he jumped on you with his 12 kilos and metal legs. I imagine him just like Iron Man the cat. Oh man. Yeah. I think Maine Coons and Ragdolls and Norwegian Forest Cats are all really beautiful. I love me a domestic short hair shelter cat though. That's my bread and butter. Those are my babies. Burmese too. Do not need the upkeep. I'm a big fan of the practicality of a short hair cat coat. I'm very curious how big Tuna and Tiki are going to grow up to be. I'm assuming they'll be at least a little bit bigger than Kira, because Kira tends to be a little small. And also, I think male cats often grow a tiny bit bigger than female cats. I don't know. Tuna was big for his age, but then again, so was Moose. Although Moose is a big dog. Say that as if I don't have tufts of orange hair flying around my apartment. I am so happy that the kittens let me get away with the robot vacuum. Like, they don't mind it. They're not scared of it. Because I think I would be drowning in pet hair with our 3 cats and our giant shedding dog if it weren't for the robot vac. Because I've been running it every day. It's the only reason I can breathe around here. One time we were watching TV and you just hear the cats kind of playing in a different room. And then all of a sudden you hear the vacuum be like, starting to clean. And it's like, did they turn it on? It has a button on top of it that can activate it. And we kind of like both turn around and then you see Tuna just like, like shoot out of the room looking all guilty. I think they were playing and they sat on it and turned on the button. And then we're like, yikes. Oops. Louis is very large for a regular house cat. Long and tall. 7 kilo at the moment. Oh, there's more.
Champion, now that the skies
Oh,
are
there's
clear,
more. Okay.
fly to me at the bridge.
Hang on,
It
give me
is
my
time
horsey.
to advance to Quel'Danas.
Chunky. Proper lab. Good cat. Good strong cat. That's what I tell my boys. You're gonna grow up and you're gonna be a big strong cat. I'm having an episode. I've not gone far enough down. Okay. That's why. We're not doing real good, but we're gonna finish this. I've started it and we're gonna finish it. Growls like a dog when the door to the apartment is opened. I love how they're all so distinct in their vocalizations. Kira has two modes. She has gentle chirp, and then she has angry yell, or like mournful yowl.
Delistra and Varisa are in position.
Tiki's a big chirper, and Tuna's a big yeller.
Now is the time.
So
Signal
funny, love
Delistra to
cat.
open fire.
All cats, best cats. When they say eliminate enemies, is this not what they meant? I can't tell. Do you not want me to run in here and just pull packs of them? Did you give me like a ballista or something?
Do not let up. We have them on the run. Let this devouring host know the fury of Quel'Danas.
There's NPCs around. I'm sure this is fine.
Young little Aerosol, so much like your parents,
It's gonna be a minute.
leading an army to their meaningless death.
Few
This army will
Y2B videos about Ashara. Really hope she'll come. Remember that raid fondly. Loved it.
father's sheep.
Yes, yes, yes.
Will your light twist into wrath? Will you set your armor ablaze again?
I feel like Xalatath is sort of trying to channel Ashara energy, and she doesn't quite carry it off the same way.
The only one who will burn today is
Yeah, not as cool. I wonder if it's just because, like, I know she's been a character around for a long time in the ecosystem, but she feels a little bit
A chance to
manufactured,
lick your wounds.
I guess. A little forced.
Is that fear in your voice, Xalatath?
Ashara cares too much about being worshipped. Zal just wants to achieve whatever the hidden goal is. I guess what I like about Ashara is her charisma. And I feel like Xalatath is trying to have and is lacking it a bit. I feel like Xalatath's charisma is a little bit fake.
Down that shield! Fire!
Spoiled my plan. See you soon.
Advance.
But
Give
maybe
these
I'm just
boys
cranky for the sake of being
no
cranky.
quarter.
I love the names of all these, like, I forget what they're called, dominators or whatever, dominars. Nocturnius, Malevolus, Evil Luffagus. Petition to put Evil Luffagus in the game.
Elves of Azeroth, with me! One final push to the Sunwell! What can I do? Be alert for opportunity.
Yes, 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 yes. I wonder if this is why my sky's been blue for weeks and weeks. Because I didn't do this. Like, I progressed the story enough to make things purple and then not enough to, like, fix it.
Now we must face
Well thought.
Xanatar
I
before this
agree.
dark well
Hey, we
becomes
got the
full
mount!
Azeroth.
Imagine that. Wasn't lost in a bank after all. Green. That's funny, I got my delve weekly from doing that rank 1 delve. Let's go turn it in and then begin to wrap up for the day. Sal's VA being Claudia Christian helps save her for me. Old Babylon 5 fan. The voice acting is excellent. Can't fault that. Okay. That was a nice stream. I liked just kind of doing world quest, to be honest. Get a little gold, make a little marl. Not too bad. Let's collect our marls, see where we're at now. Oh yeah, up to 5,000, up to 5,300. I feel like that's pretty good. Picked up a couple thousand today. Wish I could skip it on alts. Let's turn this in. I should wrap up. My plan is to be back for morning stream tomorrow and also to do news video on YouTube. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not feeling wildly healthy. So if I need to cancel a stream, I will post that on Discord. Same thing for the video. I'm gonna do my best, but if we end up spending the day in bed, then that's what we're gonna do. Appreciate it. Thanks so much for spending the time with me. Hopefully see you tomorrow and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.